Today, we will look at the lives of 4 famous people you definitely know and learn from them how success in life works. Hi, I'm Diana and this is Story Artist. But first, I want to tell you a story. It was a cold autumn morning when I was talking to my husband at the phone and broke down. My little daughter was running circles around me and I was finished. I didn't want to write anymore. I didn't want to pursue an online career anymore. I was tired. A huge debt was staring back at me from our bank account. And all I wanted to do was give up, go find a day job, and just forget this career because it felt like I was fighting for every single penny. But then, before I gave up, I wanted to know what makes a successful life as an online entrepreneur, as an online indie author, and I set out to write an email to my mentors, those who I follow, those who I listen to, and ask them what they think is the single most important trait for creative writers and entrepreneurs who want to make it. The answers were surprisingly similar. You know what they said? The answer was persistence. So in order to make it as a creative, as a writer, as an entrepreneur, whatever you're trying to do, you have to persist. Actually, they told me those who don't make it are those who give up along the way. The only way to lose is to give up, was the answer. And at this moment, a knot tightened in my throat because this was what I was about to do, give up. And I remembered an indie writer I interviewed not a long time ago. And she gave up. She wrote a newsletter to all her subscribers that she was going to throw away this career because she was angry with the self-publishing industry, the write fast model, and so on. And I felt the bitterness in her post, in her email, and I could understand it to an extent. But I also saw that the only way to lose is to give up. So what I did instead is I set out to look at the lives of 4 successful people that I admired and see their principles, look at how they made it. And this is what I found out. Principle number 1 is expectations. When I got married, I expected marriage to be hard, but I didn't expect it to be that hard. When I got pregnant, I expected motherhood to be hard, but somehow I didn't expect it to be that hard. I think like that we somehow assume that, yeah, there will be difficulties along the way, but the high of the moment, we think it will never wear off. Because it's so good right now, we somehow deep down expect it to go on forever. And this is the same with the things in life. Why do we give up? Because our expectations don't match reality. Yes, I thought being an author and an online entrepreneur would be hard, but I didn't expect it to be that hard. Somehow inside, I thought that in a couple of years, I will make it. And it would be different from what I experience it to be right now. And this is why most people give up, because they have some expectations. Maybe they don't even know that they have them because they never speak about it. They sit deep down inside. But those expectations, as soon as they don't match reality, we start to give up. So look at the life of Thomas Edison. He was considered to be unteachable at a young age. And when he set out to build the first light bulb, everybody thought that he had failed. But you know what he said? He said he only found 1,000 ways of how not to build a light bulb. Do you think that he expected to fail 1,000 times? Probably not. Probably he thought, okay, by the 100th time I will get it. Okay, maybe not 100, but 200, 300, I will have it. But to fail 1,000 times, this is an expectation nobody has. So prepare yourself instead that it will be harder than you think. But when you finish and when you get there, because you don't give up, the reward will be worth it. Have you heard of paralysis by analysis? It's another way to give up. It sets in when you focus on the big picture and the enormity of it just paralyzes you. And let's be honest, the way to success is quite tough. And when you look at what you don't have and all the other things and you start to compare yourself to the successful people in your industry, you just paralyzed by it, because the thought is, okay, I will never be there. There is so much I have to do, so many things I have to do until I get there. And this is the wrong mindset, because the enormity of your task, if you look at the end result, will always paralyze you. But let's look at John Grisham. He has written 45 books. Do you think he focused on that when he started out, on this sheer number of 45 full novels? No. You know what his secret is? He focuses on 1 page per day. This is his goal. He just focuses on this 1 page per day. And if you write this 1 page per day, he will get to 45 books eventually. But the problem is where we set our focus. Do we set our focus on the 10, 20, 30 books we have to write, or this success where we want to get all these things we want to accomplish? Or do we set them on the small daily things? Because these small daily things, they are manageable. They don't overwhelm us, and this is how we can get things done without giving up. When I stared at this huge debt, I had a choice to make. Do I surrender to the feeling of overwhelm, of tiredness, or do I make a choice to persevere? In this day of age, people are ruled by feelings, and we are told to be slaves to our feelings. If I feel tired, just go to bed. If I feel bad, just leave this person. If I don't feel like fighting for my marriage because it's falling apart, just give it up. Feelings have become the gods of this age. But you know what the problem is? Our feelings are deceiving. Today you feel like that, tomorrow you feel completely different. And if you try to surrender to your feelings, you will never succeed. Tony Robbins said, decision is the ultimate power. Why? Because you cannot control how you're feeling, but you can control what you're doing and how you're doing it. Choose the power of decision today. Instead of surrendering to your feelings and always listening to your feelings and becoming a slave because you cannot control them, decide to make a choice for a thing that you can control. Decide to act the way you want to act. When I was in film school at directing class, we learned that you never give directions according to feelings, like act the scene happy or angry or sad. Why? Because we cannot choose our feelings. Feelings just come and go. So when you give directions, you have to give directions with active verbs, for example. And this is how we are wired. We cannot choose our feelings, but we can choose how we act today. So instead of surrendering, choose to fail and choose tomorrow to fail better until you persevere and succeed. Have you ever heard the phrase, love the process? When I hear it, it just makes me frown, because it's so hackneyed that you cannot just listen to it anymore. But still, the process is the key. Why? According to studies, around 70% of lottery winners end up losing all of their money and becoming broke only a year later. How does this even happen? Because they didn't earn their success. The process is what makes you the person capable of not only earning this success, but also keeping this success. This is a problem with people that are overnight successes, that go viral and that have this unexpected success. Today it's on the high, tomorrow they lose everything. Why? Because they didn't learn it in a steady process where they were transformed into the person that could handle this success. The secret of success is, in order to get where you want to get, you need to become another person, a better version of yourself. Only this way your success will last. And just one last warning, giving up is addictive. So beware of giving in and giving up. Why? Because when you're about to give up, you feel a pressure, you feel a resistance. And if you give in, you feel this feeling of relief, happiness. You've given up and the resistance is gone. And this feeling of relief can become addictive. Another time when the resistance hits you again, you will be tempted to give up again and again and again. So don't even fall into the trap of giving up. Instead, persevere, because this is the only way to make success work. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel. Also, go to my webpage storyartist.me if you want to learn the 8 things successful writers do every day. It's a free ebook you can download, and I see you next time.